Hi, welcome to my channel. Josie here. It's good to have you back onto my channel, and I post sewing related videos on my channel, and if that's something you're interested in, subscribe and join the family so you don't miss whenever I upload a new video. I know I've not been here for quite a while, but I'm here with something exciting. It was exciting to me, and I'm hoping it will be equally as exciting to you. And maybe before I go any further, I've realized that I always forget to show you what I'm wearing. And today I'm wearing this hand knitted jumper. Could show you what it looks like. And this was a jumper that was hand knitted and gifted to me by my best friend's, one of my best friend's mother-in-law. Yes, best friend's mother-in-law. That's how far it comes. She hand knitted it for me, and she gifted it to me when I went on holiday to Norway. I'm a maker myself. I know what goes into preparing and making an item for someone. It comes with a heart full of love because someone has it at the back of their mind, and I respect whoever can knit. I can't knit myself. However, I can crochet, but it's something I've not done in ages because I think I don't have a lot of patience. I feel like sewing is much faster than crocheting, and I've never learned to knit. I tried to learn to knit, but it wasn't the easiest thing. I know I've met people who can knit and they can't crochet and they think crochet is harder, but I still respect whoever can knit. I don't think it's any easier. You've clicked onto this video because of the title, and the other title is about sewing panties, which fits knickers, panties, pants. I will use the words interchangeably. Given where I come from, we always call them knickers. In the UK, they are called panties. So I'll use the words interchangeably and hope you can bear with me. And if you're anything like me and you struggle to find panties in store that fit, this is your best place to be. And probably about me, it's ready to wear. I wear size 6 in clothing. And I realized whenever I would try to buy panties in size 6, they never fitted. Definitely those never fitted. For one reason, that I've got a little bum. I'm quite small, but I've got a little bum. Don't get me wrong, I love the bum, the little bum I have on. So that made me always buy panties in size 8. I used to go up a size in ready to wear to buy knickers, panties in a size 8. But still I found they didn't give me the coverage I wanted. I don't know whether everybody's like me, but if I'm to wear a panty, buy one. I want one that will cater for the entire bottom. There's a reason why I've not gone for a thong or a G-string. I'd rather have something that covers the entire bottom, if you understand what I mean. I know, I don't know whether I'm going into too much detail, but yeah. It's for that reason that I looked high and low for a pattern that could fit my bum. And still I had a go at trying the AV La Louve Binky Pants pattern. You can purchase it off Etsy. It's a good one. It's drafted to give enough coverage around the bottom. And in this series, I'm going to create, I don't think I can put everything about the pants making in one video. I think it will be a long one and quite boring to watch. I'm going to split it into probably 2 or 3 videos. Then today's video is an introductory video of the patterns I use, the fabrics I use, what to look out for in elastics, and different things you need to make your patterns. And probably the second one, we shall have a sew along where I show you how you sew with different elastics, how to sew up your panties. And if I manage to go into the third one, I would rather keep it to 2 videos, but should I go into the third one, I'll be telling about my final verdict, what I think about the different patterns, the fabric choices, the fabrics I use, and the elastics I use. And in this video, one pattern I tried was the AV La Louve Binky Pants pattern, and it's supposed to come up, the leg elastic is supposed to come up at the high hip, at the low hip, that's up at the bottom of the bum, and also it's supposed to cover give you much coverage. So I tried that pattern, and then one thing that makes me be confident that anyone, regardless of your body shape, you can be able to get a pattern that fits. You can be able to sew up panties that fit. And this is a special class by Blueprint. I'm going to make sure I attach a link at the bottom. I didn't have to buy this individual class. It's within, I can access it using my subscription. And the class is sewing panties, construction and fit. And with that, you're sure you get panties that fit, because it entails you taking your measurements. They take you through steps on how to take the right measurements and then construct your own sloper. What can be better than constructing your own sloper? Then you get, it also shows you how to sew your first fit, your first pair of panties, then make the adjustments and alterations you need to make. And also the class comes with design and style, adding lace, adding a few different features to your panties. And I bet when you get this class and you manage to draft your own sloper, adjusted it to fit your body and what you desire to cover up, and I'm so sure you'll come out with good fitting panties. So I decided to use this pattern. I've used it in the past before, and that was the very first time I had to go at making my own panties. And I knew there were a few adjustments I had to make here and there. So this time around in this series, I'm going to show you. So when I sew up with this when I use this pattern to sew up the panties, and also Avi Lalove Binky panties pattern. It's meant also be, and I think I'll use them in comparison to see which one gave me the best fit. And also one thing you will need, I would recommend this class regardless of your body shape. If you've needed to make your own panties, or you have the similar problem I have, that in ready to wear you can't seem to find panties that fit, because I've thought of going up to a size 10. Definitely we know where that will go with a size 10 in panties. The waist will probably not fit right. However, it might give me good coverage of the buttons, but it won't be a good fitting pair of panties. You can either be comfortable. I think for many years I've been comfortable with the fit I get from ready to wear panties. But then if you can sew clothes that fit you, why don't you go ahead and also sew panties that fit you? I don't do that because I can't afford to both panties, but because I want a good, comfortable fit. That's why I've gone down this road to make my own panties. And probably one thing you might want to consider while you're making the panties, I'll be using a number of fabrics that I have in my stash. And anything, if you want to know anything about sewing panties, they are scrap busters. You need just a little piece of leftover fabric to cut up a pair of panties. So I've got a lot of fabric lying around. You can go plain printed, and this is, you can use any kind of stretch fabric really to make your panties. A few people have recycled their old t-shirts, but I had a number of different stretch fabrics. And this is a cotton spandex, has some stretch and recovery. I had a few of these, so I cut up quite a few of the panties. I'll be showing you out of this mustard color. Who doesn't want mustard colored panties? As if anyone goes out of their way to look to make a mustard color. But I just found whatever I had in stock, and I made some out of this mustard cotton spandex. And now this, I'm not so sure, but I think it's a viscose jersey. It's a fabric I bought a while ago from my local fabric shop, and it's a bit lightweight. It's floaty fabric. And now you know with this, unless you're going for panties that are not as structured as what the cotton spandex would give you, they're quite drapey. It's a drapey fabric, so you know your panties won't be stable panties. And this is a cotton spandex. However, it's still a bit drapey, not as drapey as the viscose jersey in comparison. If you can see this, it's a bit more stable, but I can't say it's as stable as this cotton spandex. They're all cotton spandex, but this is still a bit lightweight. It's also equal as stretchy. I bet it's more stretchy than the cotton spandex. And in all honesty, all these you would sew panties with them. Maybe something else you might want to buy a little piece of fabric for is when you're sewing the gusset. And for the gussets, the recommendation is use 100% natural fabrics. We know that our cotton spandex has a lot of cotton within. they are probably mostly 95% cotton to 97% cotton, and the other percentage, either the 3% or the 5%, is elastane. And we know elastane is just helps it with the stretch, so that when you stretch it up, it can recover. But the gusset, the outside gusset that's connected to the panties, can be the same fabric, but the gusset that comes closer to your skin, it's recommended that you use 100% cotton. And so for the 100% cotton is probably cotton that stretches and doesn't recover as well as the cotton spandex. If I can show you the difference between both of them. This, once you stretch it, bounces back. It easily bounces back. But the 100% cotton has no elastane. So the elastane content in this helps it with stretching and recovery. But then the plain 100% cotton doesn't cover as much. So it's hard to go out of your way to go buy that little piece of fabric that you could use for the gusset. So I happen to have had a few colors with me. There were not that many. I had this pink and a grey. So you find that and a yellow, which was plain single jersey, just thin, lightweight. They're quite lightweight, adjustable jerseys. I had a few of them, and probably another trick you could do if you go to ready-to-wear stores or kids' clothes. If you can find babies' clothes that are 100% cotton, that could be a good fabric you could use to cut up a gusset piece, because you need such. I don't think I have any. You need a small piece for your gusset. And also, one thing I've done before, I've gone to ready-to-wear to the stores and bought a vest which is 100% cotton, which was black, and I used it up to just cut up gusset pieces to sew in my black panties. And with that, I've not spent a lot on buying just the plain jersey fabric to put there. And a few people have gotten away with using the same fabric, the cotton spandex, in the gusset that touches their skin. I'm not as comfortable with that. I would want a completely breathable fabric. But you can still do whatever makes you happy. There are no rules in sewing. You do whatever makes you happy. One other thing you might want to consider when you're sewing up your panties is the elastic you buy. On the stores, most of them you can buy panty making elastics online or from your local fabric shops. And they come in a variety of elastics, and sometimes you can actually sew up your panties with stretch lace. I didn't use a lot of stretch lace, but I used two varieties of elastics. I use fold-over elastics and the pico elastic. I know you can recognize such elastic from your ready-to-wear panties. It has one side is completely straight and the other has a design feature. And the elastic, I use that. And this, I think I would also call this a pico elastic. It's quite a different one. It has just a little, it doesn't have the design that comes off the elastic, but it has a gold, a more shiny side piece and a plain one. And also you realize most of these elastics come with a plush side. I don't know whether you can notice this, which is a bit softer and to the touch, and I think it's intended that this is what touches your skin. Then a plain one, which is just a little shiny, and the same applies to this. The plush side is a bit softer to the touch than the normal one, which is not equal as bad. Then we also have fold-over elastic. I know you might notice this is not commonly used in our ready-to-wear panties, but it's used. And fold-over elastic comes off that, is that kind of elastic. One side is always shiny and the other is not, and you can use either side, whichever you fancy. And it's meant to fold over the fabric in the sewing process. And those are the two kinds of elastics I use. But probably one thing you might want to notice, not all elastics are the same. So during the sewing process, I'm going to sew up with all these different elastics, and I'll tell you what I feel about elastics. Because now, while these all come off like pico elastics, if I tug onto both, you will notice, if I tug onto this, you'll notice it's quite loose. The stretch is quite loose. I don't need a lot of energy to stretch it. So we know with this, you might not get as good gathering and enough stretch from it. Whereas this is quite a thick elastic that you need to tug onto it a lot more, and it's quite bouncy, it recovers too well. So all those will determine which kind of elastic will give you a nice hold and the stretch. That's it with our introduction into pants making. The next video, I'll probably upload a new video in a few days where I show you the making of the parts, and probably, I hope that will be the last one where I also talked to you about my experience making them, which pattern worked for me, and which fabrics I found favorable and they lasted. Until next time, hope you can tune in and hope you enjoy the videos. And if you've come this far and you're interested in seeing how I get along with my parts making journey, please subscribe to the channel. Please like, comment on the video. And do you make your own panties? Have you found that pattern that probably fits you right? Please like and comment. I would love to read your comments. I endeavor to reply to every comment that's left on this channel. Let me know what you think about making pants. Is this something you want to try? That you sew pants that don't fit, or you're contented with the ready-to-wear panties you buy and they fit right? Thank you for watching. Until next time, see you. Bye-bye.